everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Today we'll be looking into different types of the function. Before starting the types, the two most important points that you should know is what is domain and what is range or codomain. At very first, this side of the function is known as the domain, or if you're given a situation that f(x) or maybe fy is equal to fx square. That probably means that the domain is being squared. The x is being squared, this part is being squared. So this kind of function or this kind of side is known as domain. On the other hand, you have a range, that is this side. In this side, the y is the function. Here you can see I have basically written that the function of the y is the x square. That means if we have to create an image, so we have to square the domain. So this is called the domain and the range. Now let's move on to the types. At very first, we do have this side. So in this side, you will be looking into on-to-on function. On-to-on function is also known as injective function. And what does it mean? Well, in injective function, each of the domain have unique range. Unique range is referred to the distinguished image. If you look into this figure, so you'll observe that each of the domain is creating its own answer. It isn't repeating any answer. That isn't happening in this situation. So this type of distinguishedness is known as the injective function. Keep in mind, neither anything will be left out at this side. If in a condition any left out is in the domain side, this won't be a function then. Let's move on to the second part. So in the second part, it is the onto function. Now what does it mean by? First we should know what is onto function. Onto function is also known as surjective function. In surjective function, each domain has range but no leftover. Now what does that mean? If you look into this situation, so here we do have one distinguished image, but 2 and 4 both are having the 4 as their answer. So this kind of function is known as the onto function or surjective function. But what makes it the no leftover function? So as I stated that if there will be leftover in the domain side, it won't be a function. But if there is still no leftover in the range side as well, and a figure is creating the same range or the same image, so this kind of function is known as the surjective function. Let me be repeated. If there is no leftover on the both side and there is the two kind of images as well, a single image, so this kind of function is known as the surjective function. Then we do have the into function in the third part. The into function is also known as the bijective function. Bijective function is better known as the domain, the range, but leftover. It's totally opposite from the surjective function. They probably have stated that there shouldn't be any so left over in the range side, while on the bijective function we do have the leftover in the range side. Now, a function in which the domain is creating the same image as well as domain is having leftover is known as the bijective function. Then lastly we do have many onto function. Now many onto function has all domain in one range. Now what does that mean? If you look into the figure, all the domain side are creating single image and this single image is 4. Now this kind of function is known as the into or many into function, where all the domains are creating a single answer or the image. I hope that these all four kinds of function are clear to you all. Thank you so much for watching our video. Stay tuned for future videos as well. Thank you.